Hey everyone, I'm going to show you how I do my brows with stencils. The stencils that I have are these. They come 4 in a pack and I have used them. Basically they have little numbers on them so you know which one you want to use. And this is the one I use the most frequently. I wrote a little number on one on it, but it has the number C3. And you're going to need brow powder, concealer, and some tools to work with. A brush, a spoolie, a concealer brush, and a brow pencil. Brows grow very thin, and so using stencils are great. Start with marking where you want your brows to start and end. This is the Ruby Kisses pencil. I like this one because it's just the right color. And you want your brow to start where the point of your eye is where your brow starts. And I like to put a mark right there. The middle, or where your arch starts, is the middle of your eye, where your eyeball is. And I like to put a mark right there. And then the end of your brow is where the end of your eye is. So I like to put a little mark there. And so it should be 3 marks on your brow. It helps to place where you want the stencil. This is just how I do it. So there could be better ways, but this is how I do it. It keeps from having to put the stencil in different spots and things like that. So now you're going to need a brush and brow powder. I like to get my brush into the brow powder. The darkest color usually works, or whatever color you like to color your brows with. And I put the beginning of the stencil right where I put the brow mark, and then I find where I put the top. I line the stencil up like this with where I put the brow marks, and then I hold it down like this, and when you see your skin press through it, it's easier to work with. And you just shade it across just like that. Fill in the brow with the powder evenly and carefully. Okay, and then that's what you get. Now it's not going to be a perfect brow with the stencil because it's just, these stencils do not make perfect brows. You have to work with it. It gives you a beginning, especially if you have thin brows. It just gives you something to work with. So you're not going to get something perfect every time. There's going to be a lot of shading and things involved. So I do the second one the same way. I line it up just like that, and then I get the powder and I fill it in. I don't like to do one at a time. I like to do them both so I can like eyeball them and get it right. And then that's that. So now I like to take my pencil and start trying to get the right shape that I like. So I just start forming it to fit my face how I like it. And then you can add more to it. And I'm getting quiet because I'm trying to focus. So excuse the silence. Okay. So this one I need to match, make it a little more thicker. So now I have to look in the bigger mirror here to see like the whole face. And basically like that. So now I'm going to use my spoolie to kind of get a little brush going in and figure out so it's not, the line isn't so harsh. And I go across just a little. Basically like that. And now come the concealer. A creamy concealer is the best than the little liquid concealers to me, because the creamy kind of sticks and does what it needs to do when you're trying to shape your brows. To me it just works better. And concealer brush, I like to use this e.l.f. eyeliner brush. It works really good. And it's just the right stiffness for it. And so now I'm just gonna go over any mistakes, and this just will make the brows look better. And also with the liquid concealer, sometimes you might put too much up there. With this, with the creamy kind, you don't really have to worry about too much getting in the way. And this concealer is not that light because I like concealer to be a little bit my skin tone. It looks better. I guess it just depends. But with this one, I like the color of it to be just right. And then you want to blend your concealer really good. The finger is the best tool to blend your concealer out. This one is up a little higher. I'm going to try to tame it a little. And I also like to go in with a little brow wax because it helps. helps keep all the powder and everything in place. I like to do little short strokes so it looks more realistic. Sometimes these brows can be too close together. Hey, when people do their brows and they just look like they're gonna meet. I don't understand how people can just do that, but I like to make sure my guys stay separated and look like they're separated. Because you can always fix it with concealer. Just go across like that. And that's basically it. They will, if you are oily or even if you're not oily, brows will get oily after a while. So I do like to set my brows with a little brow powder. Not brow powder, but whatever powder you set your face with. You just want to take it and put some over your brows. So that's it. And these are great brow stencils. I got these off of eBay. They sell brow stencil kits everywhere. So if you have thin brows, or even if you want your brows to have a certain shape, I recommend using brow stencils. And these are the end result. That's basically it. So thank you for watching.